Just a wrap up of the work session and the council meeting for the City of Grand Rapids for Monday, July 27th. Work session this afternoon, we had Dave Moll come in from Redpath and Company to give us a little bit of an overview of our financials. And according to what Dave told us this afternoon, the City of Grand Rapids for the 27th year in a row has met all financial fiduciary responsibilities with no errors. So once again, that's a good thing for the City of Grand Rapids. It speaks highly of our finance department, the work they do in preparation, and the work that all of our city departments work on to keep the City of Grand Rapids financially intact and responsible for the money that you give us each and every year. Tim Terrell was in this afternoon as well under the work part of the council meeting, talking about the Mississippi Headwaters Board. One of the things that the City of Grand Rapids and the Headwaters Board is going to do is we're going to do some signage along the Steamboat Park. It's a 5-year commitment to put a kiosk and stuff in, so as more and more people start to use the Mississippi River, there is signage that allows them to know where and when they can get on and off and some of the activities along the river. Public forum at the council meeting this afternoon. Over the weekend, I believe all council members, including myself, had some comments and calls from residents relating to last Thursday's races over at the fairgrounds, and the races went well past 11 o'clock with a 10 o'clock curfew and stop time. We rightfully so got calls from many residents as it relates to that. So this afternoon, Bob Broking from the Racing Association called in, and we had a chance to talk with him about the rest of the season and the requirement of being done by 10 unless there's prior approval. And he assured us that going forward, with the exception of a Labor Day race, they would not be going past 10 o'clock, and they will come in and review that September race night with us for approval coming up here, I believe, on August 10th at our next council meeting. So we look forward to hearing an update from Mr. Broking as it relates to the racing schedule for the year. Just a few things on the regular agenda that I just wanted to highlight. Sarah Holm is moving, as we talked about over the last couple of council meetings. We've been doing some restructuring to work on our financing and the package of trying to turn the IRA Civic Center around from being a draw to a positive from a cash flow standpoint. And we have assigned and reassigned some people from up there, and Sarah Holm is going to be coming into the finance department as an accounting technician, accounts payable, and I'm assuming that that's going to be happening here fairly soon, if not already. We also approved the school resource officer agreement for the 2020-2021 school year with School District 318. That's in anticipation that school will get started in 318, and there will be a need for that officer to be up there. So I know I'm not the only one, but I am certainly hoping that things work out and we can get our kids back to school coming up here in September, and we can start to see some normalcy in kids' activities, including the ability to go and to socially mingle with their friends and stuff at school, and to get some sporting activities back on the agenda there that we all seem to like a lot. We went into a purchase agreement with the county on a leaseback for the fire hall. As you recall, the county is going to be buying the fire hall, and the city will be constructing a new fire hall on the south side of town. So while that is being constructed, we have to have some agreements in place with the county on a leaseback for the city to continue to use the existing fire hall until the new fire hall is built, which we are assuming will be sometime prior to August 1st of 2021. We did adopt a resolution proclaiming and declaring a local emergency, an extension of the declared local emergency in the city of Grand Rapids. Governor Walz extended some local emergency authorities statewide, including the wearing of masks. Thus, you see a mask on the council members and stuff this evening. If you're in a public building, the anticipation and the expectation is that a mask will be provided if they have some at some of these facilities, or you should bring a mask with you when you're looking at being out in a public facility for your protection and the protection of others, but because it is mandated down through the state of Minnesota, we are expecting compliance from residents throughout the city of Grand Rapids. Last, I just wanted to touch off, Matt Wegworth, our city engineer, was in awarding a contract for the CP 2015-3, the US Highway 2 West Trail. It's about a $1,250,000 project to extend that trail and continue that work that's been going on in conjunction with the city of Cohasset as we are looking at trail development around the area. What a great time to have some of these things coming on and being completed. You've got the Tioga trails and trails around town. There's great opportunities if you're walking or biking to get out and use the trails around Grand Rapids. So with that, we will get together again in 2 weeks. I believe it's August 10th for a regular meeting in the Grand Rapids City Council. And once again, I encourage everyone out there to take all the precautions that you can. Get kids out and get them active out in the sun and out in the yards and stuff. If you've got kids or you've got grandkids, take those opportunities to find something to do from an activity standpoint where you can be socially engaged with family and friends. It's tough to sit around a house for hours and hours and hours without having the ability to get out. And with the COVID that's going around, let's take every opportunity with nice weather to get out and enjoy your loved ones, your family and friends, but let's do it with the social distancing in mind and remember to wear that mask. So with that, thank you and have a good evening.